Welcome. So today we're going to be taking a little dive into r/AmITheA hole. So if you would like to judge some gigantic gaping boat holes, well, possible gaping boat holes, we don't know just yet. They might be normal boat holes. Who knows? Anyway, if you would like to listen to that, please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. And of course, quick disclaimer, any opinions I give on the posts we read are just opinions, not facts, do not need to be taken as such. If you have a differing opinion, you may leave it in the comments below. Just make sure you're keeping it respectful with each other. There is no need to be mean just because you do not agree. With that being said, let's get into it then, shall we? So this first one was posted by Through Away 12. Am I the butthole for breaking up with a boyfriend, M33, over an unfunny prank? And yes, I still haven't gotten my voice back fully yet. I still sound like I smoke 50 a day. We're just going to have to ignore it. It probably annoys me more than it annoys you lot, to be honest. Okay, so I, F33, dated John, M33, about 8 years ago. So we were 25-ish. It was almost a year-long relationship, 10 months or so. A week ago was the first time I've seen John since, because we were both at a friend's party who was celebrating that friend becoming a father. John got super drunk and decided to tell everyone who would listen the story of how we broke up. After hearing it, mostly men were telling me I completely overreacted. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what this apparent overreaction was. I already don't have high hopes for John because I've made it clear before, I find pranks just like the lowest form of comedy ever. Quite frankly, I think it's very difficult to prank someone and it not be at their expense. And I'm just not really one for comedy that's at someone else's expense. I've got to be honest. I feel if you can't be funny without bringing someone else down or embarrassing someone else or putting them on the spot, you're not funny. Here's the story that started our breakup. John was staying at my place that night. I woke up and it was Saturday morning. I went downstairs to make a coffee. I heard him having a shower upstairs and he came down dressed and ready to go to work. I figured out he got confused and thought it was a work day. I didn't say anything until he was putting his shoes on. I was repeatedly asking him, so what day is it? Until he got a bit mad. Looked at his smartwatch and saw it was Saturday. He got quite mad at me and said it was a bad prank and he will pay me back. I don't think it's so much a bad prank. I think it was more like, dude, are you sure you have work today? Because like me, I would assume that my partner did have work. So I'd be like, dude, what day is it? Just check the day. Are you sure you have work today? Like, it's not like the OP was just not doing anything. They were like watching him, making sure he was going to work, I assume, and then saying like, dude, you realize the day. Like, that's not a prank. That's just him being stupid. And also, we have all done that before, I feel. Every single one of us, I bet, has done that on one day where we've got dressed to do something and it wasn't even happening that day. I know I have. I too can be a little stupid. The next day we were apart and he texts me, we need to talk. I'm so sorry. I got another girl pregnant. Oh, please tell me this is not the prank. What the hell? To which I replied something along the lines of, if this is your attempt of payback prank, consider it failed. After that, John doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on it. He swore to everyone he holds dear that it was true, and even sent me a clearly fake ultrasound picture. I kept telling him, dude, I don't believe you. Stop, you're making this incredibly weird. He did not back down. After a full day of convincing me in vain, I was so weirded out that I told him, well, okay, if you're having a baby with a mystery lady, then we need to break up. And he was like, ha ha ha, my prank work. Boom, pranked. Oh my god, is John 12? How old would he have been here? He was 25-ish. My goodness, John. You're embarrassing yourself, man. Stop. After this incident, I was too weirded out by him. We broke up a few days later with him being completely unwilling to acknowledge he took it too far and framing it as, I just needed some more convincing to fall for it. Yeah, sure, John. The problem is not that the OP fell for it, because clearly they didn't. The problem is he's that spiteful to do something like that just because he feels she was playing a prank on him when he's the one who was stupid enough to start getting ready for work in the first place. And again, I ain't judging, I've done it myself. But still, like, it shows a very big character flaw of someone who's not willing to take responsibility for their own mess ups. Do you know what I mean? And then going as far as to pretend you got another girl pregnant to prank your significant other. No, there are certain things you just don't touch in a relationship as far as like pranks go. Personally, if I was with someone who thought pranks were funny, I mean, I wouldn't be with them in the first place, but if I found out in the afterwards of getting with them, I'd be like, bye. Genuinely would. I hate it so much. But yeah, no, the fact that he thought that that was an acceptable way to prank your partner, absolutely not. 8 years later, he's clearly still hurt about it because he was telling everyone and basically doing a poll on who was wrong. Some people were coming up to me and telling me it was just a joke. So, am I the butthole for breaking up with the guy over a bad prank? No. And the fact that it clearly still bothers him so much as well is sending me west. I'm telling you now. That is hilarious that it genuinely bothers him that much. That he is still trying to like poll people in the group. Like, do you think I was overreacting? Do you think she was overreacting? Like, mate, it's been like nearly 10 years. Get over it. So let's have a look at what the commenters say, shall we? So, purple bras and cats. Interesting. Purple zebras. Purple zebras and cats. Okay. Listen, it is midnight, okay? I'm delirious. I had to wait for the kids to go to flip and sleep before I could actually record. Because, like, some people get nervous peeing and can't pee when there's other people in the house. I can't record when there's other people in the house awake, okay? And maybe a little delirious. Give me a break. Not the butthole. You didn't break up with him because you were so hurt by the prank and you wouldn't be able to get over the pain. You broke up with him because you realised things about his personality that made you not like him anymore. And those things were valid, yes sirree. First of all, he got mad at you pranking him when he got the day wrong and you just didn't say something right away. He got so mad that he felt a need for revenge. These two things would already be enough for me to reconsider the relationship. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Then you learned he has a terrible sense of humour and is kinda dumb. The joke was executed super poorly, and also cheating isn't funny. Lastly, he acted out a weird obsession with being able to fool you, and then saying that he had fooled you when he clearly hadn't. So, 1. Gets mad over nothing. 2. Needs to get revenge. 3. Not at all funny. 4. Obsessively needs to outsmart you without being close to smart. Exactly. Those are just things you shouldn't want in a spouse. I dump that spouse too. Precisely. I am totally on board with that. I think the OP did the right thing, and I think it's hilarious. It still bothers him 10 years later that much. Like, who had the last laugh now, John? Was that his name? I forget. He was forgettable. So, next post posted by Octis. Am I the butthole for towing half of the neighbourhood? Flippin' heck, you had a busy evening, eh? My family, wife's side, have a summer apartment in the south of France in a gated community. All year there is no parking issue, but in summer, since Airbnb came out, oh dear, it's hell to find a parking spot since there is no allocated spot. There is a place with no clear parking line, imagine a big square of concrete, where everyone can park for free. I had the opportunity with 3 neighbours to buy this parking to the co-proprietary. It's like an HOA but with less power here. So we did buy it last year. We made 6 large parking spaces for our cars with lines and plate numbers in front of each parking spot. Smart, very smart. And put a gate which is always open for the other neighbours to park here. You can park 3 to 5 other cars. Here in France, July and August are 2 months where almost everyone is in vacation, so Airbnb and locations peak here during this period. Last week, one of the neighbours I bought the parking space with told me the parking was packed and he managed to park only one of his 2 cars on an unassigned parking spot. His parking spots were taken, mine too, and the 3rd neighbour too, and every free slot too. So he put a warning sign telling people parking is for residents only and not for anyone else. Cue 2 days ago when I come with the wife and kids for vacation. I drove by night to avoid traffic, and when I got there, 3 a.m, parking is packed and I have no choice but to park 300 metres, 1,000 feet from my home. Next morning we put a large sign telling cars on assigned parking spots would be towed and text every neighbour to ask for their plates to not tow a resident. This morning, same so we closed the gate, phoned the police, and got everyone towed. I love it. Shit hit the fan. Bunch of Airbnb people called the cops and the homeowners to ask why they got towed, and the location was saying with parking, so a lot of refunds were asked for. My phone was ringing non-stop today. Oh, I bet. Those Airbnb owners, there is a hell of a lot of them that are super entitled, isn't there? I was watching a video. Who's the lad? He's a lad from Newcastle. Cam Kirkham, I think his name is. He did a video the other day on Airbnb owners that are just insane. And I've watched another one by him before along the same vein, and yeah, some of them are just so entitled. It's incredible. Anyway, we're going off topic here. Some homeowners tell me they're gonna sue for the refund they got. Some Airbnb tenants told me they will sue for the towing cost. We have everything documented. I mean, it's tough titties. You park in private parking, you get towed. Then you have to pay for the towing, and the Airbnb owners are gonna have to pay for the refund cost because they didn't bother to check if the parking was private or not. Lots of Airbnb homeowners tell us that we're the bought hole here because we didn't tell them ahead. But we do put lots of signs on the parking since last year when we bought it. They just hadn't come to see it, and they approved the selling of this parking to us. So that makes it even worse. They had to approve, because they're homeowners, they had to approve selling that spot to those particular people. And because they can't be bothered to actually keep up to date with their Airbnb, which makes me concerned, like, how are they getting them cleaned and all of that lot, and making sure that they're running smoothly. Don't like that. But yeah, just because they can't actually be bothered to come out and do the work, they just want these houses to basically be money mills, pretty much. I mean, yeah, too bad. So sad. Sorry for the bad English, obviously not my first language, and I'm in anger right now. That is okay, my love, don't you worry. So, are we the bought holes here for towing everyone here? No, definitely not. I think it gets to a point where you're going to lose your rag with it, and if you've put up loads of signs, because as well, you can say Airbnb owners definitely largely at fault here for telling their customers that they have parking. But these guys have made sure they've put up plenty of signs saying do not park in here. They've even put their license plates on signs next to some of the spaces to show they're allocated, and people are still parking in them. At that point, like, are you dumb? Did you park with your eyes closed? Like, did you drive into the spaces with your eyes closed? Like, all of those guys need to take fault, and the OP and the ones that have gone above board and done it all above board do not. So, official Broccoli Rob says not the bort hole. Airbnb has made parking a nightmare in a lot of places. The real issue is owners advertising amenities that they don't control. And then Double O says way beyond parking too. Absolutely ridiculous the way Airbnb has evolved. Yeah, definitely. Username 0000 says one local estate agent bought a house in a smaller community with no garbage pickup and was complaining the city didn't have dumpsters for her house guests. I would assume that at that point you have to buy your own and arrange it yourself. I mean, I don't know how that would work because over here, obviously, the council does all the picking up of the rubbish. Like, they empty the bins. So they'll do the recycling one week and then they'll do the normal bin rubbish the other week. So it kind of bunny hops over each other like that. So all you have to do is make sure your bin is where they can see it and get it. So I don't know how it works when you have to arrange it yourself. But yeah, surely being a estate agent, she would know that's how it works. What? Like, lady, get a dumpster for your business. It's part of running a business dealing with that stuff. Then asked if it was fair to ask people to deal with their own garbage. So take it home after vacation or find the dump and deal with taking it there, paying for it, etc. while they're on vacation. Absolutely not. A lot of these Airbnb owners, they charge like cleaning fees and all sorts, don't they? And extortionate cleaning fees, but might I add. So if I was to stay in one and they were like, oh yeah, but you got to take your rubbish home with you. No. I'll leave it on your dining table, mate, if you're going to take the piss like that. We live on an island. It was a house with a full kitchen that could sleep 8. Can you imagine having to deal with your garbage in a small town on vacation and a small rental car? People who live in places like that deal with their own garbage, have trucks to cart the garbage to the dump, or pay for a service to take care of it. But not the entitled Airbnb owner. I am oh so shocked. Not. And it's a shame that I'm not shocked. So, next post posted by Goodwin315. Am I the butthole for not sharing my food with my niece when she didn't eat her own? Am I the butthole for refusing to share my food with a child unless they ate their own first? No. Next question. Okay, no, I'm joking. We will read it. My partner and I have just gotten into a fight over whether I was an asshole for not sharing food with my niece. The niece had decided that she didn't want the things she ordered when it arrived, and so had some food from both her father and my partner. She then asked if she could have some of my food, and I replied, no, you can have some if you eat the food you ordered first. She did not eat any of the food she ordered, and although she didn't throw a tantrum, she did repeatedly keep saying that she wanted some of my food. They left, and not long after, my partner told me my niece was crying on her way home, and both her father and my partner think I should have just given her some of my food. My partner said some pretty harsh things along the line of, "You're not who I thought you were," to me, and I'm incredulous that they're only taking the father's side, but also saying things like that about me not sharing food with a kid. If she'd eaten some of her food, I would have shared, but she didn't even touch it other than to move some to the side to make it look like she had. I'm super confused at how this has blown up the way it has. I'm not a parent, so maybe I'm missing something here. Please enlighten me if so, and I'll apologise for being an asshole, but I just can't see it. Well, lucky for you, OP, I am a parent. And one of my kids is the fussiest eater you will ever meet in your whole entire goddamn life. And we have a rule. If you are going to order something, you at least need to flippin' try it. If you don't try it and then you're going to try and demand to eat other people's stuff, no, that's not how that works. If you try it and you genuinely don't like it because you ordered it because you thought it was going to be nice, or you ordered it and realized that they make it kind of terribly and you don't like it, fair enough, because how many times have we all gone somewhere to eat and the food has ended up not living up to expectations, shall we say, to the point where you really don't even want to eat it. So I get that, and obviously kids even more so because they have got very sensitive little palates, haven't they? Especially fussy eaters. But no, if a kid's just going to sit there, order something, and then refuse to eat it and demand everyone else's food, no. And at the end of the day, if it ain't my kid, I don't need to give them my food anyway. Do you know what I mean? That's up to dad to sort out, not the OP. Like, and teaching the child that they can just reject their own food and then demand some of everyone, and everyone has to say yes. She's not like she's gonna starve. She's had food off the dad and she's had food off the OP's partner. So she also needs to learn that when someone says no, that is a full sentence, end of story. If you say no, you're not having some, tough. It's just the way it is. Like, there's a few snacks that I have in the house that I put up on a higher shelf just for me. I do not single out anything in the house just for me other than like 2 things. And that's because they're my absolute favourite. And I want to make sure that I actually get a look in. Because anything else that comes into this house, I guarantee you I barely get a look in on. It's crazy. So I allocate these 2 things for myself. Quite often, the kids will be like, can I not have yours? No. No, you can't. I have bought you all of these different things to choose from. Those 2 things up there are mine, and you are not having them. It really does pay as a parent to teach kids boundaries of you can't just have everything that you ask for. Even if you ask nicely, people are allowed to say no. There's nothing wrong with it. I think saying, oh, you're not the person I thought you were. Like, dude, that is not my kid. It's not my responsibility. What are you talking about? It's not like she was like, there was no other food on the table and she's like, no, you must starve. Goodness me, the OP's fella sounds proper dramatic, to be honest. Anyway, down in the comments, Bronwyn Bloomington says, this happened to me years ago. The kid in question would order food. When it came, he didn't want it. He wanted my food. Not his mother's food, not my husband's food, my food. Of course, it was a power play. He'd order food I knew he wouldn't like or want. He'd refuse to eat it unless I traded. So I did for a few times. Then I started playing his game. Whatever he ordered, I ordered. I love that. That is great. He didn't notice or catch on at first until the food came and he looked over to see I had the same thing. Then he started giving me the side eye when I would order the same as him. That sounds good. I'll have the same. He did outgrow this. I love that though. Just like, right, game on, little fella. We're not playing this game. You want my food? I don't think so. But yeah, no, definitely not the butthole. They've been very dramatic. And to be honest, all they're going to do is teach this kid that if they pout or constantly keep asking, like, and pestering, then eventually people will give in. And then that is going to turn to tantrums then when people start saying no and they're like, hold on, what the fuck? Everyone else says yes. Why are you, this new person, saying no? Do you know what I mean? No. Bad things to be teaching kids. Okay, then next post posted by He Sung's Lost Beanie, I think. Am I the butthole for not ordering food and my sister went hungry? My sister is a picky eater, but almost every single time we go out to a cafe as a family, she orders what I ordered. This is getting uncanny, how I keep doing this in videos. I'll save these posts, by the way. All I do is read the titles of them. I don't actually read the posts, obviously. And I save them. And this keeps happening where we'll get multiple posts that kind of have the same sort of plot. She orders what I order and never finishes it. I enjoy tea lattes, savoury pastries, while my sister is a complete sweet tooth. We have different tastes and I have no idea why she always copies my order, takes a bite and ends up throwing it away. I'd be fuming. Even if she's the one paying for it, I'd be fuming because that is such a waste. We've wasted so much money over the years because of this. She's almost a teenager now, and she's been doing this since she was about 10 years old. My parents always let her do this, and I have no idea why. Recently, we went to Tim Hortons, and I'm usually the one who orders for my family. But this time, I went to the bathroom and my dad ordered. I came back, and my parents had their drinks, and my sister had nothing. I asked what she ordered, and my dad said she waited for me to come back so she could order. I knew what was about to happen, so I told him that I would order after her. My sister refused and told me to hurry up because she wanted a snack and was getting hungry. We were there for maybe about 10 minutes, and the whole time my sister was complaining about how hungry she was, and my mum kept telling me to order food for us. I tried to buy her food. I asked her what she wanted, and she told me she didn't know. So I told her that if she didn't tell me what she wanted, I wouldn't buy her anything. I didn't want her to waste money anymore, and I even took her up to see the menu. But she still didn't know what she wanted. To see if I was right about this whole ordeal, I said I might get a jalapeno pastry, and she told me she wanted that too. Then I told her I wasn't really hungry anymore, and suddenly she wasn't hungry either. I knew what was going on, so I ended up not buying anything. We left after that, and my sister complained until we got home about how hungry she was. My mum got super mad at me for not buying her anything. Well, why couldn't they buy her something? Like, waste their money, not OP's. I really tried to, and I even showed her the menu, but she didn't actually want anything for herself. I've always hated that she does this, but never stood my ground until now, and suddenly I'm the bad guy. The dumbest part about this is she got a snack when she got home, so it's not like she was deprived of food or anything. My parents chewed me out for being unreasonable. I feel like I was justified, but I might be the butthole? No. If she's hungry, she needs to choose something for herself. I'm trying to see how old this sister is. She's almost a teenager now. Okay, so like 12, 13, 14 maybe. Yeah, no. Like, she's got to learn. She's got to learn that if she wants something, she's got to say what she wants. Like, I understand that it could be a little bit of shyness, you know, or a bit of like, I feel under a lot of pressure when I'm out to choose, and then it makes me feel like really on the spot, and then that's stressful. Okay, fair enough. But she's going to have to learn that she will have to get over that at some point, because there's going to be a point where she's going to places without the sister, or the sister's going to be with her, and the sister's going to be like straight up like, mate, you're an adult now. I am not doing this anymore. Like, so she's got to learn to get over it. So, down in the comments, Shoo Shoo Magoo says, I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused by the way they've written this. I'm confused. I'm going to assume it says, I'm confused. Why isn't it your parents' responsibility to ensure she eats? Very true. And then Luna Lipsis says this, and it's OP the one paying for it? Because if their parents are paying, then I don't understand why they care so much. But if it's coming out of their wallet, I'd be irritated too. It sounds like the OP was paying for it because they said, why didn't you buy her food? So, yeah. And then Fergie89 says, like, I get not knowing what you want until you see the menu, but having everything listed for you and picking what they're having, then if they decide not to, that's on the sister, not the OP. Yeah, to be honest with you, I can understand, like, saying, oh, why would the OP care if they're not paying for it and blah, 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 but it would pee me off and all. I'd be like, mate, can you not just choose your own thing? Stop copying me and what I'm having and then wasting all this food. Like, I don't like to see food go to waste. It really irks me. So yeah, no, I'd get annoyed with it too, even if I wasn't the one paying, you know? Okay then, so I think that's all we've got time for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give it a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation to the Coven of Void. Welcome! Whatever it is you're doing for the day, make sure that what you are doing is giving Big L some hell. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. And of course, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Don't forget to hype. Bye!